Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv Chattogram welcoming you to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. BNP plans to change fate of the country and its people, says Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman test drove first electric car made in Bangladesh, assuring full cooperation to manufacturers. Charge sheet for Ramisa murder to be submitted before Eid upon receiving of DNA report. Trial to begin after Eid, informs Law Minister. Government working to ensure speedy trial for child Ramisa murder, says Information and Broadcasting Minister. Railway authorities taking all preparations to make Eid train journey safe and comfortable. No extra pressure in bus terminals as well. Sufficient stock of sacrificial animals in the country. Government monitoring illegal entry of animals strictly, says State Minister for Fisheries and Livestock. "90 killed in coal mine explosion in northern China, more missing." And Lens win first Coupe de France, beating Nice by 3-1 goals at Saint de France. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman said the government wants to build a prosperous, self-reliant and democratic Bangladesh. He said this while inaugurating the 3-day 127th Nozrul birth anniversary celebration in Trishul of Mymensingh today. Earlier, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman inaugurated the re-excavation work of the almost dead Dailynews canal in Dorpur of Trishul Upazila. The Prime Minister reached Trishul by road from the capital in the afternoon. He first unveiled the plaque of the Dailynews canal amid the stormy rain. Later, he went on to the bank of the canal and started the excavation work by cutting the soil with a spade, when he planted a palm sapling next to the canal. At the inauguration ceremony, the Prime Minister said that the BNP's plan is to change the fate of the country and the people. He said that people must be aware about those who want to create anarchy in the country and spread confusion. No one will be allowed to play tricks with the fate of the people of the country. Disaster Management and Relief Minister Asadur Habib Dulu, State Minister for Textiles and Jute Shariful Alam, local MP Mahbubur Rahman Liton, and Mymensingh Brila Parishad Administrator Said Imran Saleh Prince were present at the ceremony. This 3.1-kilometer long canal was excavated by Martyr President Ziaur Rahman on September 6th of 1979. It has turned into almost a dead canal over the passage of time. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman today test drove locally made electric vehicles and praised the manufacturers, assuring them of government support. The Prime Minister inspected several produced by Bangladesh Auto Industries Limited on the Prime Minister's office premises in the city's Sejgaon area this morning. 2 sports utility vehicles, 1 covered van, 1 truck, 1 auto rickshaw, and 2 motorcycles were displayed on the premises. At that time, the Premier himself drove a sports utility vehicle and a covered van. Representatives of the manufacturing company informed the Prime Minister that Bangladesh Auto Industries Limited is the country's first electric vehicles manufacturer. They said the vehicles are fully battery operated and environment friendly, requiring no fuel oil and comparatively less electricity consumption. The company also stated that efforts were made to keep the vehicles affordable for ordinary consumers. After the inspection, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman held a meeting in his office with company chairman Ayman Hussain Khan and manager director Mir Masood Kabir and discussed the market potential and future prospects of electric vehicles in Bangladesh. The Prime Minister assured the manufacturers that the government would extend support if electric vehicles are produced, ensuring all necessary standards and safety measures, and if the initiative benefits the country. Law Minister Muhammad Asaduzzaman has said the charge sheet in the rape and murder case of child Ramisa in the capital's Pahlavi area will be submitted before Eid al-Adha if the DNA report is received within 72 hours. He made the remarks today while speaking at a view exchange meeting at Bragg Center in the capital's Mohakali. The law minister said filing a charge sheet without a DNA report could raise questions about the trial. DNA evidence is very important in such cases, he added. Muhammad Asaduzzaman also said the report could not make more than 72 hours to arrive. If the charge sheet can be submitted before Eid, the trial proceedings may begin after the holiday, which would meet public expectations. The law management and minister further said that the government is committed to ensuring justice in the Ramisa murder case and will take all necessary steps to complete the trial as quickly as possible. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Chapon has called for spreading the idols of A.K. Fazlul Haq throughout the society. He made the call this morning while speaking at a financial assistance distribution program for orphans in the capital. Sher Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq Foundation provided Eid assistance to children from 20 orphanages in Dhaka and several other districts. The event was chaired by the foundation's president, Muhammad Abu Hanif. Former Information Secretary Said Margoob Murshid also present at the event. The Information Minister said that more than a politician, Sher Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq was a social reformer. He added that Fazlul Haq has protested farmers from the zamindari system. Replying to a question from journalists after the event, the minister said the government is working to ensure the swift trial of those responsible for the murder of child Ramisa. A 5-day Eid train service began today ahead of Eid al-Adha as 32 trains left for the different destinations across the country. Among them, 42 are intercity trains. Railway Secretary Muhammad Fahimul Islam and Bangladesh Railway Director General Muhammad Afzal Hussain, along with their other senior officials, visited railway stations this morning to monitor the overall Eid travel situation. Many passengers are choosing trains for a more comfortable journey with their children and families. Eid holidaymakers said railway services have improved compared to previous years. To maintain discipline during Eid travel, mobile courts and vigilance teams are working in the fields. Surveillance has also been increased to prevent ticketless travel and passengers from riding on train rooftops. Additional law enforcement personnel have been deployed to ensure passenger safety. Meanwhile, Bangladesh Railway has started selling advances and advanced return tickets to make post-Eid travel smoother. Tickets for intercity trains scheduled for 2nd June are being sold today. The government has announced that the public holiday for Eid al-Adha will begin on Monday. Ahead of the holiday, people have already started leaving Dhaka. Sources said there is still no extra pressure at bus counters. Buses are operating from different terminals in the capital following the schedule from the morning. Although there is some traffic on the roads, there have been no complaints of additional fare. Transport operators expect passenger pressure to increase significantly from tomorrow afternoon. Passengers are also hopeful that road transport will remain well managed during the Eid travel. Every year during Eid journeys, there is a risk of accidents and long traffic jams on highways. However, in recent Eids, such problems have reduced significantly, so passengers are expecting a smooth journey this time as well. There is a sufficient stock of sacrificial animals in the country, and the government is maintaining strict surveillance to ensure that no one can illegally bring cattle across the border and destabilize the local market. Fisheries and Livestock State Minister Sultan Salahuddin Tuku made the remarks while inspecting the overall situation at sacrificial animal markets. The state minister said the relevant authorities are working to ensure that healthy animals are available in the markets. Ahead of Eid al-Adha, cattle, goats, sheep, and other livestock of various sizes from local farms have already started arriving at animal markets in the capital and across the country. Meanwhile, although there is an adequate supply of cattle in the markets, sellers said the number of buyers remains relatively low as the government holidays have not yet begun. Vendors expect trading activities to increase closer to Eid. On the other hand, some buyers said prices are still comparatively high, while many others are visiting markets early to avoid last-minute crowds. Farmers said production costs have increased and they are hoping to receive fair prices for their livestock. A discussion meeting and cultural program on the occasion of the 127th birth anniversary of national poet Qazi Nazrul Islam were held in Chattogram. Jashash Chattogram Metropolitan Unit organized the program in their afternoon. State Minister for Land and Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs Barrister Mir Muhammad Halaluddin was the chief guest at the program held at BNP Metropolitan Unit office at city's Noshimul Bhavan. The state minister said poet Nazrul is a symbol of all our movements and struggles. His poems, songs, and literary works will be a source of lifelong inspiration for the people of this region. Jashash Metropolitan Unit Governor M.A. Musa Bablu presided over, while Member Secretary Mamunur Rashid Shipon moderated the program. BNP Metropolitan Unit Member Secretary Nasimur Rahman, Jashash Central Governing Meeting Member Aminul Islam, and Nazrul researcher AGM Niaz Uddin, Professor of Political Science, Department of University of Chittagong, among others, addressed the occasion. Now, international news. At least 90 people have been killed in a coal mine blast in northern China, according to state media. The gas explosion at the Liuxinghua coal mine in Shaanxi province is the worst mining disaster in China since 2009. There were 247 workers reportedly on duty when the blast happened at 1929 local time on Friday, with more than 100 people reportedly pulled to safety and hundreds of rescuers sent to the site. Chinese President Xi Jinping called for no effort to be spared in efforts to treat the injured and search for survivors, and asked the government to investigate the cause of the blast and hold those responsible to account. 27 people remain in a local hospital, with one in critical condition, while the rest have minor injuries. Most were affected after inhaling poisonous gas, according to state media, although it is not clear why and what type of gas it was. Tulsi Gabbard is resigning from her job as United States President Donald Trump's Director of National Intelligence. In her resignation letter, Gabbard told Trump she was deeply grateful for the trust you placed in me and for the opportunity to lead the Office of the Director of National Intelligence for the last year and a half. She cited her husband's recent diagnosis with a rare form of bone cancer as the reason for her resignation. Now, sports news. Football. RC Lens made club history by defeating OGC Nice 3-1 in the Coupe de France final at the Stade de France to lift their first ever French trophy. The victory benefited and vanished decades of cup heartbreak for Lens, who had previously lost all three of their final appearances. Lens veteran Florian Thauvin opened the scoring in the 25th minute, sliding a precise finish past Nice goalkeeper Marcin Bulka. Striker Orsten Edraud doubled the lead just before halftime, rising highs to powerfully lead home an Andy Dialf cross. Nice teenager Jibril Koulibar